So depending on when you're watching this video, chances are you were within like 10 days of the exact middle point of the year. And I mention that because a lot of tech has come out the first part of the year. And the biggest question that I get in comments and emails is first, what wallpapers do you use? We made a whole video talking about that, which we'll link to up here and down there. But it's also, what tech do you use for like X sort of things? So things like headphones, gaming, cables, batteries, kind of everything in between. So I figured, I love to make videos. Let's make a video of our top tech in the first half of 2018. So I want to help you guys try to find a good pair of headphones without breaking your bank. Let's start with the Marshall Major 3 Bluetooth. These are 150 bucks, so they're not gonna be crazy expensive, but you're gonna get a lot of value for that dollar. So the big deal for me, especially when I'm traveling, is battery life. I need headphones that are going to last. And I've tested probably about 75 different pairs of headphones over the past 3 or 4 years. Battery life is super important. These are gonna give you 30 hours of battery life. So you'd expect a company like Marshall to use the latest technology. They're actually using Qualcomm technology and they bought aptX, but it's just gonna call it Bluetooth aptX. So that's gonna give you things like a higher bit rate. It's gonna minimize audio and video syncing issues. It's also gonna give you 30 feet of range. So the Marshall Major 3 Bluetooth, they've got a control knob, which lets you kind of control everything. You could start, stop, you could pause, you can answer phone calls, kind of do everything just from a knob, and it's a physical, actual knob that you could press. The audio quality is generally really good. It's got 40mm dynamic drivers. They're custom tuned for enhanced bass response, and it's Marshall, so you kind of expect that. It's got pretty smooth mids and pretty clear highs, and overall the audio experience was just generally good no matter what I was listening to. When it comes to comfort, they're on-ear headphones, they're not over-ear headphones, and they fit pretty well. They're pretty comfortable, so I'll put them on. You can't see how comfortable they are, but they are pretty comfortable. There isn't any sort of noise canceling here, but it does do a nice job, the ear cups, of canceling out the noise that are around you, but also you can still hear what's going on. So if you're a commuter, you're on a train, you wanna make sure you can hear your stop. These do a really nice job with that. And also, I mentioned traveling a lot, because I'm doing a lot of traveling. The collapsible design is also super nice. So if all of this sounds good to you or something that you want to pick up, we'll link to the Marshall Major 3s down below. And I do want to thank Marshall for sponsoring this video, but these opinions are all my own. These are headphones that are legitimately good. We wouldn't recommend them if we didn't. So again, you want to check them out? Link down below. So the other questions we get is a lot of times, what do we use to shoot our videos with? And we exclusively use Sony. We migrated over from Canon. Sony's released their A7 III, and the A7 III is a really versatile camera. First, it's $2,000. But it's versatile for stills, it's great for video, you get something that's really good for everything. It's got Sony's new 24 megapixel Exmor R sensor, which might not mean anything to you, but what it's gonna translate to is just better low light and faster autofocus. And if you're gonna rely on the autofocus, it's got 693 autofocus points, which is absolutely insane for this price point. So you can film in 4K, but it's gonna oversample the image from actually 6K, and that's just gonna mean you're gonna get better video quality and sharper images. So probably the best thing about the A7 III is a bigger battery. The A7 III is supposed to last 2.2 times more than the crappy ones we've got here, and when we go out on a shoot, we gotta have like 30 of them. So maybe that was more technical, but no, the Sony A7 III is gonna be good pretty much for everything at an absolutely killer price point. When it comes to gaming, you probably think you're either PC Master Race, PS4, Xbox One X, but the gaming console that's had the most staying power, surprisingly, in our office is actually the Nintendo Switch. And with E3, a ton of new games are coming. All the games you want to play, Fortnite is coming to the Switch. It's an awesome, versatile gaming console. I had a problem with Zelda, so probably don't pick it up if you haven't played it unless you want to give up like 4 days of your life. 300 bucks, it's not cheap, but you're gonna get a console that you can take with you anywhere without having to sort of sacrifice the fun that you get from like a PS4 or an Xbox One. So we obviously review a lot of phones here, and what phone should I get is such a hard question to answer. I get it from family all the time too. Every person's needs are different, but if there's one phone that's pretty much good for almost everything, especially photography, it's the Pixel 2 XL. And I recognize that the 3 XL is coming out in a few months, but the 2 XL is still so incredible on the camera department. Google's machine learning has made what started out as an awesome camera just get better. I love the Pixel 2 XL. If you don't know what phone to get and you're not already on Team Apple or Team Android, you just want a good phone, Pixel 2 XL is a really good way to go. And there's some deals you can find, especially from the carriers. So I know it's weird to go from talking about an Android phone to an Apple Watch, but the best smartwatch out there right now, as of June, is very clearly the Apple Watch Series 3, although it doesn't come cheap at $329. And nothing makes me feel like more of a hypocrite than smartwatches, because I can't come up with a reason to recommend them, yet I can never seem to take a smartwatch off of my wrist. The Apple Watch is the best at what it does. If notifications are important to you, you're going to get them. The Taptic engine makes the vibrations feel the most unique. You get things like Apple Pay built in. The watch can be a bit condescending, like you just need a brisk 20-minute walk to close your rings, or recommend you stand up. If you can deal with a bit of condescension from your wrist, I still think the Apple Watch Series 3 is the best smartwatch you can get. With the one caveat, if you want to get something a little bit cheaper, there are a lot of sales you can get on the Series 2, but you're gonna get almost the same features, save for the LTE. So I'm gonna talk about a cable next, but don't click away quite yet. Think about what you gotta take with you when you're traveling. Chances are it's maybe a micro USB cable for charging some headphones, maybe it's a lightning cable for your iPhone, maybe it's a USB-C cable for your Pixel device, but chances are you've got at least 2 to 3 different cables. The Nomad Universal Cable is one cable for $30, gives you all of those in one. So the main end is USB-A, you plug it into something and you could pick what you want to use. It's a really elegant system of caps. You can just sort of plug on what you want. And for $30, it's almost the same price as buying a lightning cable from Apple, but you're getting the versatility of 2 other options. So I'm talking a lot about travel, a lot about tech. What if you want to carry all that stuff I talked about with you? Meet the Air Day Pack. Spelled AER, so you know it's fancy. So first, it obviously has that unique look. It's different than most backpacks. It's also water resistant, so if you live somewhere where it drizzles out, your stuff's gonna be okay. It's a pretty compact design, but it's got just a beastly amount of space inside. And it keeps the bag shape even when it's empty, which is good. They can hold up to a 15-inch laptop or tablet. There's an interior water bottle pocket, which is strange to have inside. There's a quick access pouch, so if you want to throw things like keys or phone or your Marshall headphones in there, you can do it. It's one of the best backpacks out there, and bags can get expensive. This one's not the cheapest, but it's not the most expensive. It's like kind of in the middle, $125. But if you want a bag that's gonna last you and not destroy you physically, the Air Day Pack's a pretty good way to go. So that's a lot of technology. We're only halfway through the year. I'm sure it'll change. If you want headphones, you want a gaming console, you want a bag, or even a cable. These are things that we legitimately use and like every day. All the links to things will be down below. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell and the rest of the stuff that YouTube makes us do, because you don't get notifications anymore, because YouTube doesn't like to do that. We'd appreciate it. Certainly a thumbs up as well. Until next time, I'm John Ranger from Techno Buffalo.
Bye.